There's a few showing up. Oh, GS. Hey, how's it going? GS. Goldman Sachs. Popping into a TradeDevils live stream. Well, that'd be a good endorsement. OITs, of course. Oh, let's see here. Let's see what I have first here. How's the mic level okay? You hear me all right? We started. We'll give it 2 minutes. Check, check, check. Mic looks like it's fine. Yeah, they're stealing ideas. Mike's good. Okay, thanks, man. Well, if you look at a chart, it looks like the stock indexes have had a massive rip here, but they were down so much. NQ's up 35 now, but quite a move off the low. Who's that? Micro market moves. Sounds like a scalper. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I find if I chit-chat here for too long, George, who helps me with these, he does the time codes and stuff at the end. He's got to get in there and fuss with and cut out 5 minutes of me BSing here. So I'm trying to keep this shorter so it's less work for him. So 33, we'll give it another minute. I know most people watch after the fact. Well, it's kind of a mix of, there's a lot of crypto today. Some FX, always glad to see that. Depeche, oh, I'm curious what he's up to. Yeah, good mix today. Okay, should be a good one. All right, let's go ahead and get going. What have I got first here? Wait, hang on a sec. I got GZ, you know me, love him. This is George. So let me get rid of the disclaim. We are disclaimed. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome. Appreciate you guys being here. Those that are here live and those that are watching after the fact here. You know the drill here. What we do is members give us their TA, right? And we kind of go through it. It's a way for us to get a feel for how they're progressing with our methodology, which this is about. I try to go out of my way to not make this about me, but just make it about what we're teaching here and then applying that. And often trades will appear, things will hit your watch list, maybe trades that are literally tradable as we visit them. Not always the case. Now, it's going to be interesting today because we certainly, as we all know, with the, how do we want to be kind about it? Let's be kind about it. Let's call it just volatility and uncertainty. A lot of crypto counts have been completely blown up. So we start over. Many start over, not all of them. Okay, there you go. So now you guys are caught up. Okay, so this is from one of my team members. This is GZ1968. If you're in our Discord, you'll see him all over the place. This is George. Now, one of the things I like about George and why I wanted to hire him is he doesn't think like other people. He doesn't. I mean, he's an engineer by training, but he doesn't put up anything that is normal. I mean that in the best way. He thinks out of the just differently, and I like that. And I'm always interested in what he's doing. So we've got all the stable coins against total 2, right? So minus Bitcoin, and he's made the point here of highlighting prior times where we've had bottoms down here. So this is we go to 21, then. Oh, is that still 21? So we got two peaks here in 21, and you can see where the levels were here in the stable coins. And the premise here, what he's proposing, is that we've got a retrace here, so it's going to be a sharp double here, W, X, Y, Z. Oh, pardon me, triple. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We get one more ABC, and would suggest here now that alts, there's a window of time here for a potential bottom here, and for alts, you can kind of see, right, the stable coin dominance against total 2. So perhaps we're looking at a rundown here. This might be a chart to keep, somewhere in a watch list, crypto crazy stuff. And anticipating a push down here for, what do you say, May, June for total 2 to be peaking. Right, so you're looking at the blue line here, total 2, right? It's alts against stable coins, right? What's that relationship look like? So if indeed this triple is going to play, and we've got an ABC, and you can note here, right? I pulled it from the last swing high to the low, 50 to the tick, right on the trend line. It's, you would think that it wouldn't be this technical, but there it is, right? Al's always there. All right, so we got one more push down here, right? There would be the algo target. This is not tradable as an asset, but just something to watch for. This range down here. Okay, interesting, right? So something for the alts, right? It's just something to keep an eye on, right? It's not actionable, but it's maybe something to put somewhere on your crypto watch list to keep an eye on, just to see if it's tracking. Now, if we do this, right, something else is going on. He's just using the historical information here. So it's not like there's no hard projection here. It's just, okay, historically, what have we done, right? We don't repeat, but we often rhyme. So nice, right? And again, very, very just unusual, right? I like the way he thinks. So thanks for that one, George. Let me move on here. After that, the Hangman. I think it's the Hangman. The Hangman. Okay, so it always surprises me how little FX we get in here. It just shocks me because it's so tradable, and you can keep your risk limited here. So he must be in the white belt, because this is something I used for people that are just getting started with Elliott Wave here and some of the things that we're teaching. It's a nice way so you kind of don't lose track of higher highs and higher lows, and then it's a quick grab for fib pulls. I couldn't, if I launched this, I ended up with something weird. It was the pound, but it had total 2 on it. So something got askew. So I went over here and just recreated your chart. And just to get a look at your work, right, it's quite good. ABC into the 1, ABC, well, a little squishy there. ABC here into the 3, ABC into the 4, right, slight overlap, right, it's not a requirement anymore, but AB, no question we've got that impulse here, so this is good work. This is all early part of this year, right? This is 25 here. This is the last 2 weeks on a 2 hour, right? So that's a pretty harsh drop. Let's just pull back for a second. Can we put that in the context of, oh shit, let's get back here. We got to go back a little bit. Well, it's hard to call that anything other than a gigantic, right, just at first look at it. Something big like that. Well, you got a clear impulse here. You got a pretty good 3 here. That's a big kick in the 5th. Interesting. All right. So so let's come back the other direction here. Let's go to that 4 out. So this should surprise exactly 0 people. We swing up here in 5 and we retrace. What do we do? Right, of all the markets. I mean, the combination of Elliott Wave and the fib relationships and algo, as we call them, in FX it would blow your fucking mind if you took the time to go through something like a 4 hour. You don't have to go down to a 5 minute. Go to something bigger like this. Now, this is a little tricky, right? That Elliott count's a little tricky, and yeah, that might be the kind of thing you'd have multiple interpretations of that. It almost doesn't matter, right? Once we get over here, I filled in a little bit of this for you, the Hangman. You had not done a complete labeling of it, right? You're off to a good start here, but once you get a completed 5, go ahead and put the higher degree on that. So 1, 2, right? So we can, I know what you're doing here, but just for your benefit, it's just good practice, right? It's, okay, I completed a 1. What I'm proposing is I've completed a 1 per your count here. Go ahead and put that little detail in, right? So the WXY here, right? Don't miss that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. We don't overlap, right? So, your work is good. It's just incomplete, right? So I just would encourage you. I'm not being critical. That's for your sake, not mine, right? Just complete the work. So get the 1 up here so you don't lose track of it. And I always suggest alternate degrees and colors so you don't get lost and go, oh, fuck, which 5 is that with? Or it's just easier to do it this way. So ABC, we dropped. It's just, I know I feel like a broken record, right? So it's just go right to a gold. Where do you think that's going? Well, we're going to get there in a straight line. Well, okay, what just happened right here? All right, we can, like, oh, pardon me. That is not, well, here on a 4-hour, that is not a break of structure because we do not have a close above. Let's go to a 2. Barely there. Well, he gave me a 2, right? So maybe we'll stick with the 2 here. I guess we'll be generous here. This is the kind of thing, just, again, for your benefit, right? Okay, because we have a close here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it look like... Well, we don't have much of a pullback here on a 2. This is your 2. 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can live with it. Well, interestingly, we get another 5 here coming off of this. Let's keep that down here. So are we going 1, 2, 3? That seems... Well, as it's, well, okay, this is a good example, right? So Elliottician's conundrum, right? You've got to make a call here. So are we proposing that that's the 3? Doesn't have to be the longest, just can't be the shortest. Of course, immediately your thought is, oh, well, that's not going to be much of a 3, right? Again, there's no requirement for the market to ever do anything like this. It's just, what does it usually do? Right? I mean, that's about all we get, right, as traders, right? Historically, what do we find? Can we compare that to what we're seeing, right? I mean, there's, 96 years of precedent with Elliott Wave. 1, 2, oh. Would your thought be to put the 3 there? Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I'm kind of curious. Right? When Alter, I'm not trying to pick apart your work, Hangman. I'm just trying to look at, okay, how else might we look at this? Let's go down to a 30. Is there a better 2 in there? There may not be. I mean, could we be extending this here? And this is the part of the 5th. Probably got a decent, you got a decent ABC there. I don't think you can get away with it, right? I think you're kind of stuck with this. That's a bit large. Go small here. I think you are kind of stuck with that. It's just a shallow 2. Again, we got a little order block here, a little decisional block right there. It doesn't, just tap the edge of it. Not even, just barely, right? So still, that's unmitigated. So it looks like you're in here, right? So you've got it. 1, 2, okay, 3. Well, don't. Another thing, always, when you're working an impulse, get a channel on it, right? It will guide you and will keep you away from, maybe an erratic kind of account, right? So because you're not paying attention to the geometry, right? So it's fundamental to Elliott Wave. It's fundamental to this methodology that we're teaching, right? Remember, it's geometry, fibs, then Elliott Wave, right? In order of priority. So this nice little channel here. Oh God, don't lag here. Looks like I'm lagging a little bit. I don't know why. Come on, stop that. I'm going to push that off. I've got a lot open. Okay. Okay, so what would your next thought be? Okay, well, I've completed a 5. It certainly looks like we've completed a 5. No, we don't know for sure. Looking for a 3 to come into the sweet spot. Do we have it? Well, maybe starting on something like that, right? I'd be very interested here for that potential. 1, 2. All right, we're going to get a 3 up here. Well, so is there a trade here, right? The question is, would you short it here? I mean, very aggressive traders might, right, on the premise that, okay, I've swept a high here. So we have a liquidity grab. We have a break of structure. We can anticipate, right, not what do we know, but we can anticipate after a break of structure or retrace. So I was right on track. Can I get a 3? It's kind of a hurry up and wait. Same thing here, right? This is all one self-contained, right? You want an impulse to be self-contained. It's not always going to give it to you, but that's your preference, right? If I'm going to put money at risk, you give me the best looking setup I can possibly find because there's no shortage of things to trade. So I just say be picky. about where you're risking your money. Don't take it just go, fuck, maybe golden zone, let's take it, right? Be critical of yourself and the TA and where you're putting money at risk. Now, right now, a day like today, you had a pretty big, it was basically a gamma squeeze, or so, especially in the NQ, came in short and now they flipped to long. So when those markets are moving straight up like that, that's market makers are being forced to hedge. But even a move like this is pretty aggressive here. Now, do we know that that's the 1-2? We don't, right? Right now, that could be an ABC. I don't know what that is. I don't know, because it's a bit uncharacteristic. If this is the 1, this is the 2. Well, number 1, that's a little shallow, right, for a 2. It's not like they must go to 50, but that's where they typically go. And then I've got another impulse. So it makes me think, okay, am I running into something? Right, this is the biggest mistake traders make, right? You forget Al's on both sides. Oh, shit, I forgot. Right, it's very easy to do. Right? I don't know. I haven't pulled this. I swear, I promise you, I did not set that up. It probably sounds like I did. I don't have to, right? It repeats so often. There's never a need for me to repeat or to set anything up, right? It's not like I'm trying to convince you. But do you see what we just done here? I just feel like a fucking broken record, right? It's the same shit. Like, oh, dude, get something new. Do we need something new? Golden to golden. Don't forget, right? We get this tightened up here. Don't forget where the resistance is going to be. So you're looking at it going, oh shit, why did it stop there? If you were ever asking that, you better start looking for Al. I did not know that was there, but it doesn't surprise me even a little bit. Look at the reaction. Where is he next? Right? You got to say this every week for 6 years. You have to track him, or you'll buy right into him, and you won't understand what happened. Right? You're like, what? Whoa, what? Always there. So the hangman, that's nice work, right? Just complete it, right? So again, I'm never trying to rip on somebody's work. I'm just trying to encourage you to get better, right? So don't leave a proposed finish impulse unlabeled. What are you calling it? You calling it an A wave or a 1 wave? I don't know unless you label it, right? We label your corrections. This is kind of tricky down here. It has to be a WXY 333. Label it. So it helps me know, okay, is he following along? Does he get that that's a WXY, that's a weird combo? Does he get that? Oh, fuck, you could probably do that. Oh, no, you can't, right? Because you can't finish with a 5. So you got to do a WXY because you got a 333 here. So just to complete your work, again, very, very good. Your work was excellent, just incomplete. Right? Just work on that a little bit. It only to help you, not help me. All right, so it's a little tricky in there now. So what can we see here? Right, we're just in an algo box. What's your edge here? Do you have an edge? I propose to you don't. You've got the start of a potential trend, but you ran right into the resistance. I wouldn't go near this until I'm back down 50% of it. Then I'd reload, because you're in sync with the shorter term trend, right? You gave me a 2-hour, I'm down to a 30-minute 1-2, right? There's no reason not to think it's a 1-2 until you got here. I'm like, oh, what? So if I can get another 1-2, or is this? Are we doing something? You got to think about the alternatives. Could this be WX or something along those lines that we're not ready to go yet? We need to retrace deeper. It's kind of hard to see with that in there. Don't just assume, this is very easy to do, right? We've all done this. Trust me, I've done it. You start filling in because your bias is filling in the blanks here. Oh, 1-2. Oh yeah, that'll be the 1-2. And we're going 3, 4, 5. I can just absolutely see it. Slow down. Let the market show you. It will reveal its intentions. And then you always have the wild card, we've seen recently, right? Whether it's something completely out of the blue, like DeepSeek, or it's Trump doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and then reversing. Right? I'll stay away from that. Okay, right. So just one swing at a time, 153 at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself, right? So, oh shit, I know where that's going. No, you don't. Nobody knows where that's going. Oh, Wonks is giving us here, right? So this is one I know he's all over. So let me close that one. Close that one. Oh, that's one I've shown you guys before that I'm in. Here, let's get FET up here. Let's get that going. FET. What do you got here, Wonks? Wonks also, of course, is, I think most of you know, on my team. I think he's master level. I think he's level 3. Elliottician. So very skilled, right? He's gotten better and better and better, right? He's been working with me for over almost a year and a half, maybe 2 years. His work is excellent, right? So if we're on FET, let's start with the weekly. Let's see what he's thinking long term. I know he's got a pretty big position here. He's been all over this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, wait a sec. We're doing this as an A, B, C, W, X, Y. Well, this kind of locks that in, right? And you see this a lot in crypto. We'll just go straight sideways and then one last little push down. So you can kind of see a little bit. It's always good just to go back, right, and train this into your brain. Okay, what little order block here before we go up? Fair value gaps, right? Displacement. We come back, tap it. I haven't pulled this. I do not know, but I'd suspect. A little front run by a tick or two. Let's see. Did they get a sequence, right? Because that's what they're after. Here's golden zone to a 50. Another 5 to a 50. You'll find some assets they'll react at the 50, right? That's where it all started, right? In the pits where people go, oh fuck, it looks like we're about halfway down, so the 50 became, right? They could do it in their head. Now they've all just written it to the algos. Okay, so if we've got one, we're going to do this as a diag. 1, 2, A, B, C into a 3. Well, as he's got it labeled here, I should probably brighten that. Let's put them in blue so you can see those. He likes the blue-white combo. WXY into a 2. Golden. Front run by 2 ticks. AB. Technical. ABC. WXY. This is good work here. All right, so you're kind of stuck with it. So you got to go ABC into an X. That's a perfect WXY, right? Second X, right? A little bit lower. WXY. ABC X. Looks like that might be triangle. I'm going to guess he's got a triangle in there. For a 4. Now, 4, remember in a diag, you're looking for a 4 here like this. There's 2 ways to approach it here. This is so big because we're on the weekly, from the 2 or from the start of the 1. But this is such a huge, if we took this out of log scale, right, you can't even look at it. So you're stuck here in log. You have to use log, which you've heard me say many times. It's a pain in the ass, right? Because it distorts everything, including your eye. So is this a technical launch point? Well, let's go down to the 24-hour and see if that concurs with, is the timing right? Oh shit! Well, we got to go to log here. Okay, hang on. Now, where did we go here? So we went to, this is the ABC. Wow, she left me hanging here. Well, let's get your trend lines back on there. I think, oh shit, how do I do that? I think, I got to do it over here. I think if I do this, I can, yeah, I guess I can't. I thought I could share those. All right, well, so here's the ABC right here. This is that. Okay, so let's come over here and clean this up. AB. A little hot there. In log, all right? Maybe he didn't give it to me in log because no, you've got to be in log here. It's too big. Has to be. All right, so we got 707 there, right? So good. Makes me think something else was trying to get a target. There, Jesus Christ. Promise you, we did not work this out. I promise you, right? So here's what just happened there. Can you? Hopefully you see this, right? Remember, it's a battle between longs and shorts, constantly. So here's the swing up, retrace 50 to the tick. What do we do? That's target to the tick. That's why we break, right? That's why they break, right? So in this case, bulls win. Now remember, a target is not a sell signal. It's just recognition, identification that it was an algo, right, that moved it, right? Well, this, as I've said this again for 6 years, it's not why it moves, it's how it moves. So we go swing 50, 23.6, there's the target. It sets up the technicals perfectly, so we get the second X here, and then A, B, looks like we finish for a 5. So what that means, though, is that this target is no good because this was blown out. Right, so the bulls win it here. Now, it doesn't blow up the Elliott count. Right? It's not uncommon for this. It's not an uncommon Elliott count. Let's get this out of there. So, oh shit, let's see. Let's go to a 4 hour, see what this looks like. Are we done yet? There's a whole lot of are we done yet as we look at crypto today. No, you're stuck with the 3 here. 3, 3. Are you trying to get a 5 in there? Well, I don't think you can get 5 in there. So you're going to have to do this as 3, 3. That's a little skinny for the B. Which I know he knows. Sure looks like it needs one more, right? There may be another little kick here. You actually would prefer it to be done right here because that's already a little high. And you want this to be, what you want to be on the lookout for is you don't want to see something like this, right? Do this. You want this all to be self-contained, right? Just a waterfall of fear, right? Greed, fear, right? That's all Elliott Wave is. Greed, fear, right? And just the emotions and how people react when there's fear and when there's greed. It needs a little more. Okay, so remember the algos like to go from internal to external liquidity, so they've already swept here, right? So if we're going to come back, where is there any potential liquidity or imbalance? So we can, let's get the old inverses, good one, just because it shows both of them. Oh, where are you? Okay, all right, so here's it's already tapped, all right? So let's get in there. So here's an inefficiency, right? An imbalance, right? It's not unfair. You can think of it that's why they call it a fair value, right? Buyers and sellers, it was an unfair distribution here. So you got to call that impulsive. So there's the 3. Back to internal potential, right? We look at that and say, is that the liquidity they were after? Could be. Hard to call it, right? I'd want to see, right, is Al involved here? That could be too far, but let's take a look. What do you know? I'm sure if someone were watching for the first time, you'd be thinking, oh, come on, man, this is all set up. This is all bullshit. You set this all up, right? Just so you could. Have never, ever done that. Not once in 6 years have I ever done that. Or looked at these in advance or set them out so I could show you, so I could go, look. I don't ever do it. There's no need to do that. It's in every market, right? That's what you could give me anything randomly anytime. 1 minute to 1 month. It's always going to be there, which is why I make such a point of reminding you, don't forget to pull it from the other side. So, okay, we're going down here. Here's this has been already mitigated, right? So we've got, this has been worked on both sides, right? So you're looking at this and you're thinking 3, 4, okay, 3, 4. So we're going down here for the 5. It must, no, slow down, right? What did I just say, right? Don't forget the other side, right? It's not going there unless it gets through this, right? You'll have just another fib fight. If it doesn't break this. Now, here's another easy mistake to make. And the only reason I can say this with conviction is because I've done it so many times. You can't wait for it to break and then go, oh, now I'm going to short it, because it'll kick right back in your face, right? The short just means that you killed the algo here, right? So he's not here defending, but right, it won't take much to get him again, right? Every swing, it's there. Every swing, right? It's fucking annoying, to be perfectly honest. It's annoying, right? Because you're like, oh fuck, man, can't this thing just get to its target? No, it doesn't work that way. We had a clear target down here. It's going to break the 50 to complete the Elliott count, but it's not getting there. How would it get there? What do we got here? Do we know? Not really. Are we calling that a 1? 1, 2, 1, 2? Is there a trade here? Well, you're a little late to that party, right? There's probably a trade right here. So look at the confluence you have here. So I have an imbalance. I have a fair value gap at a golden zone. Yeah, that's tradable. You got anything underneath? Probably not. Oh, let's just put something. I like this one from Lexago. Oh, come on. Oh, where are you going to need to be? Talk about it. Well, okay. That's a pretty good rip here in terms of the distance of price, right? The price action here, we can't even get to the 50 on the RSI. Now, you could probably, right, change that shit. I can't remember what they do here. They do, oh, fuck, what is it? It's a 14 with an RMI, with a, it's a little, you know, they're trying to be different, right? But it's very effective, right? So we can't get to the 50, right? I would, at the 50, you got to take that. It's a little shallow. Curious on the one. Now you get there on the one, but be careful of that, right? You don't want to keep going, oh, let's go down until we can get it there, right? If you're trading on the 2 hour, stay on the 2 hour, right? If you're making your trading decisions on the 2 hour, because it's very easy to say, oh, fuck, I can go to the 15 minute, and that's going to look, oh, shit, look at that. Look, we got all the way up over here over 80. Careful of that. Careful of that. Where are you making your trading decisions, right? Stick to that. Again, I've done it. I've done all. There's no mistake I haven't made. So look here. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B? Looks like we'd have to do it that way. Looks like you'd have to do that as an ABC, right? So, okay, can this fly, right? Is it legit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Oh, pretty ABC, pretty skinny, right? Don't leave this shit undone, right? Oh, is that what I've got there? Okay, now on a 15 minute, do I like this trade any better, right? Well, yeah. You know, something like this, I'd keep it an hourly. Maybe you're going down to the 15 just to complete a count. That's pretty skinny. But you can't dig an impulse out of it, so you're kind of stuck with it. Now, what's that? All I see is we're just in an algo box. Yeah, right. What's your mind's eye doing? That. Not till we clear this. And even there, right? You go 707, 786, right? Doesn't mean it's going there. I mean, odds got better, but you're going to break the algo here on the 60. You'll break him. So, but then, right, don't forget, as I was just showing you, don't go, oh, home, we're in the clear. No, not so fast. Annoyingly so, it'll be there again waiting for you. Right, if it starts to kick back, you'll go this way. He's there again. Now, if it starts to come back this way, he'll be there again. And this is the part that's so fucking annoying, right? Oh, no way. Really? Yep, I promise you he'll be right there waiting. And the box gets smaller and smaller and smaller, right? That's why the only way, so you look at it and you go, well, fuck, man, how do I know which way it's going? Well, number one, you don't know, but you have the context to guide you, right? We're trying to complete a fifth wave here. We're trying to get down here to get this C wave to complete. Oh, fuck, where'd it go? To give it the C, because there's a Z down here, right? He's trying to complete this with this 5. Okay, so we have to use the context to say where am I willing to take risk, right? I don't want to do it here or here, right? Because I know I could get kicked in the face. But if I get on the other side of that, okay, if this is 1, 2, well, now where do I want the trade? I don't. If it's breaking a low here, what would that be, right? That would be a micro with like internal break of structure, change of character. It doesn't matter. Same difference, right? You're expecting a retrace. Oh, now, okay. Number one, the risk got tighter, right? Because my stop's up here instead of down here where I got to risk the whole thing unless you're going to randomly trade your wallet, which the market doesn't give a shit about. Can I get this, right? Can I get this thing to finish? Right? Just word of the wise, right? Nobody said this was going to be easy, right? And these algos make it just much more difficult, right? Especially in FX, right? It's brutal, but same in something like FET, which essentially is crypto AI. You know, you got to be careful. You can't be scared of it. But you got to be careful about where you are. Where are we? What are we doing? Or that's why the Elliott Wave helps us so much, right? It's what people not using it are just, you know, if it's working for you, good for you, right? But for all the benefit that it offers, right? It's just, yeah, you got to put some work into it to understand it and not be like, oh, fuck, I don't know what that is, right? But how nice to have a place like ours, we can come in and talk to, I've got 3, 4, I'm not sure where George is. I know he's up there as well. 4 master Ellioticians, right? They're all better Ellioticians than I am, all of them. I'd be the first one to tell you that. I've just been trading for longer. They correct me all the time. All the time. Because we exchange charts all the time. What a huge resource. I got 3 of them. I think potentially 4. I don't know where George is. He'll have to tell me. I know he's en route to being level 4 as well, or level 3. Come in and go, hey guys, I'm kind of looking at this. I'm thinking about FET here. Okay, here's what I've got. What do you think? For which, what do we charge? For like 49? I don't even remember. Right, most $49 a month, right? For $50 a month. What's the criteria for a paid membership? Always. There's only one criteria. Can I make back the cost of the membership? If it cost me $49 to get to Elliott Wave expertise, can I make that back? That's always the question. All right, I'm getting on a rant. Okay, thanks for that, FET. Cosmos Wonka. It was Wonk. First it was Wonks, then it Wonka, now he's Cosmos, right? So he loves Cosmos. It's got to be his number one. All right, but so hopefully that gives you some things to think about here, right? Would I trade that right now? No. You're a little late to that party. I mean, really, at this point, you're almost, okay, where's the next external liquidity is going to be down here? I'd be looking at that going, okay, finish what you're going to do down here, and then I'll take this one, right, trying to get on the other side. All right, thanks, Wonks. Griff is doing some good work. I know he's working at it, which is what I like to see, right? People are making an effort. That don't just post up something. Hey, can you give me what you got on top about, make a little effort, right? It's for your benefit, not for ours. We're not trying to impress you with, as I say every week, I'm not here trying to flex my chops, right? I'm trying to teach you what was taught to me. Okay, something with your colors here is weird. Oh, what'd you do? You went to, I think I can just go to my settings here and the one that I like. I think that fixes that. Okay, there we go. So I can't find anything else. Okay, there's no reason to be sorry, right? This is what the fuck do we have here? 01 Labs on a weekly. Okay. Oh shit, man! This looks quite good, right? Well, I mean, what? There's that's just me, right? I can't stand that thing. Okay. What else would you think here? Let's go down slowly. There's not. I mean, there are times where it's like, okay, it's once you break, it's not an impulse, right? Once you break that, you're kind of the market will guide you into the count, right? It often will do that. Okay, so. Oh shit! Whether you're doing it, you could do it up here, right? It's a fucking order block, right? So did you get I probably got a tick of liquidity there, right? So a good order block, you want to see it have swept liquidity. Oh shit! You could probably do it here. It looks like you got a tick, maybe. Right. So the up before we head down, right? So it looks like it got a tick of liquidity there. Here, now it's fully mitigated. So this off the board, right? It's done. It doesn't serve no purpose. 1, 2, 3. Let's go down to a daily. 1, 2. What else are you going to call it? This is just a force of habit, right? That I always do. So I always want to keep track of that one wave. That looks like the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't progress the trend. 5. Do you want to trade this? Well, it's tempting to look at that, and this is took me years to get over this, right? I have a bad, just natural tendency to want to try and pick the turn, so I have to use tools and constantly remind myself, no, don't. You don't want to do that. You don't ever need to do that, because if you think this is coming down here, don't buy that one. Buy that one. Right? You don't ever need to be the hero that picks the turn, right? It's never a need to do it. The money you'll lose is so much greater than the times you'll be right. It's never, ever. And 30 years of doing this, trust me, there's no mistake I haven't made. Let's go to a 4 hour, see what this looks like. Good use of the channeling, Griff, right? Again, your work gets better every single week. So did we get a 2618? Doesn't look like we did quite get there. That's 2, right? Okay, we're kind of in the... Did we get... did we sweep that high? Not really. Oh, you could probably... Oh, shit, I know that's probably making you dizzy. Well, you could... change in state of delivery or inducement, right? They're kind of going by both names right at the moment. So right here, right? Oh, pardon me. Well, yeah, well, that'll work, right? So you might have gotten it in a little bit sooner, but let's just use the pivot. So, right, I do this every week just to remind you, right? You can't, right? Is that, no, is that it? No, right? Again, I do this every week. No, you got to wait till it breaks something now, right? Potential change. In the market structure, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't look like it's done, does it? A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit, maybe. Well, there, now you see this a little bit better. You'd have a break of structure. Now we'd have a clear sign of a trend change. I'll pull these off. Well, it's not bad. I mean, even down on a 15-minute, you can see what happened here, right? So the liquidity was grabbed, and then they couldn't get a new low, right? So this is the liquidity grab here. Grab it, right? Stops or run up. Oh, now we don't get a new low, right? That's the tell. Oh, higher high, higher low. Inside, but it's higher low, higher high, inside. What'd they do here, right? Just your eye should. Where's the liquidity? What'd they do last? Now, right, so you look there, and this is what I would be going through my head. Okay. Supply, probably. What does that look like? Could that be Al? Well, I don't know, but let's check it. Is there something I need to say? Is there a chart we've looked at yet there hasn't been the dominant reason a pivot is created? Nope. You got to be sick of me showing it, right? It's got to be like, oh, come on, man, come on. You got to be doing this in advance. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not done, right? So it looks like you got an A, B, C here because you've got 3. You're into a 3 here. I'll push that aside for a second, right? That's too much for a 4. So did we finish this? Here's a pretty good looking impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do we have to do this as a diag, or is this some sort of a WXY? How is this fitting? Let's go back out. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, shit. What did you give me? You gave me... Oh, fuck. You gave me a weekly. That's right. Let's go back to a 4. Okay, so, right, remember, any time, doesn't matter. From 1 minute to 1 month, you got to find out. Let's see what he did last. Oh, that's not done. So it looks like there may be, that could be a B, right? We could be coming up for a C to get to that 4. Do you follow me there? Right. So this may not be. Oh, it could be done. It could be done here. So we'd be looking possibly, right? We don't know. Let's go up a degree. See, how could that fit in? Because I got a clear 3 here. I can't just go, oh, fuck it. No, that'll get you in trouble. I mean, I'm telling you what, you do what you like, right? I'm just telling you, right, after 30 years of doing this, because I've done that before. I've gone, oh, fuck it. I'm buying it. It will bite you in the ass, right? See, if you're doing that, then you're not applying, you have no methodology. You're just winging it. And then as soon as you start doing that, emotion takes over because you've lost the framework. You've lost the structure, if you will, of what you're doing. So you're like, oh, fuck, okay, it looks like it's going down. So now you short it. Oh, and as soon as you short it, right, because you think, oh, it's going down, right? Almost always, right? If the market's going down, you should be looking for a buy. If the market's going up, you should be looking for a sell because that's what the algos and the market makers are trying to do to you, right? Oh, let's bait them. Let's bait them in, right? Let's bait them into the short. And then now I've trained myself right, so for many years because I've been burned so many times. If the market's going down, I do not want to sell it. until I get a retrace. If the market's going up, I do not want to buy it until I get a retrace. So I'm always buying it when it's going down, and I'm selling it when it's going up. Because if you're a retracement trader, that's built into it. So is this the 4 up here? Could be. All right, we could do it this way. Do I know? Of course not. But I got a big 3 here. That looks like a 4. Would I trade this? No. I would trade it up here, though. Where's my last pivot? All right, so let's see how this plays with a potential wave 4. That's going to be kind of high. We don't need to get that high. Somewhere here, but it wouldn't be bad, right? Considering the length of if this is going to do an A expanded B, and we're going to go into the C. Now, if you're not applying Elliott Wave, right, you're thinking, oh, the low's in. Lower low, lower high, lower low. You don't quite have it yet. See, if that goes a little bit higher, you're going to be sucked into the long. Maybe, right? If you're a short-term trader, maybe you can make some money there. But pay attention. What's there? What geometry, a fib structure, an Elliott count. Would I sell it there? Absolutely, right? Plus, you've got some market structure here. So you've already got, let's call all of this supply. Right? We went. We could do it. You could do it this way, right? We go up, or we go down, and we swept some liquidity. Just a suggestion. Good stuff, Griff. All right, you're getting better every week, right? And I know you're working at it. All right, let me keep moving here so I don't get bogged down here. So I'm going to pull that off. And we'll pull that one off just so my machine doesn't get bogged down here. Okay, Depeche, always curious what he's up to. All right, very skilled technician. Glad to have him in the group. Let's get a copy made here. I can see what he's thinking. What do we got? XLM, right. XLM's, they've been dormant for a while. One of the early soldiers of crypto. All right, we're doing a 3. Oh, that's pretty sexy. Let's get to a 3-day here. Just get the big picture. Looks a little bit like Ripple. All right, another early soldier. 1, 2. Well, you're stuck with that 3. Well, let me rephrase that. We're not calling that anything but a 3, right? It's just clearly a 5, right? And it's impulsive. Yeah, we got to be in log scale, right? It looks a little different out of log scale, right? Again, it's annoying, but there it is. Using crypto, so this is an aggregator, so we can get full history back to 2015. I think I started TradeDevils right about here. Got the first pop. High volume area, which I'd have to change them. I'll take his word for it because he knows what he's doing. A, B, C, D, E, right? E's kind of the wild card because it can overshoot, undershoot. A, B, C, right? So he's marked out, right? The hot zones where you're likely to see algo participation, right? If you can get it at the trend line, even better because if I can get this. So tradable? Well, you can probably short that as it is. Yeah, you might be a little late to that party. Let's go down to a 1. Okay, so looking at that, you know, this has to be the 4. Right, it's probably a diag into the 1. Clearly a 3. So let's measure there. Now we're measuring in log. Plenty good for a 3. I mean, it's the waterfall, right? It's as we saw this week where crypto just dumped on itself. Do we know that's the 4? No, we don't know it. It's a little hotter, right? You might have a triangle going in here, which would spare the overlap. Oh, what do I want there? I want A, B, C, right? You could get the terminus of 4 right under that pivot, right? So you could hold an impulse. It's a pretty good 3. Right, but it looked like it was off to a better start for an impulse. So now you'd be, how are you going to do this? A, B. You're going to have to do this as A. Can I get it there? Boy, that's a bumpy ride there. Well, let's see how Al dealt with it. Right to the 50. Third target. It's not my favorite. I don't love this, right? He'd probably agree. It's like, oh, I'd like it much better if we hadn't overlapped that 1. So what do we got going down here? So let's, I mean, I'm already down to a 30, right? We can get rid of that. So you're sorry, a 30, right? So you're banking on the idea, okay, I'm going into a 1, I'm going to get a 2, I'm going to get a 3, I'm going to get a 4. Oh, well, pardon me, right? Since if we're doing it as a diag, we're going to get an A. We're going to get an A, a B, and a C. Is that my A going in here? A. It doesn't look like it's done. So that's a contender for the short, right? Assuming you're comfortable on the short side. I'm sure he had higher hopes for that when he started with that. Maybe you can get away with that. That certainly looks like a 5. If you do this, right, it's got to be 1, 2, it's right. Can we get that low right now? Note here, it's all wick down here. Well, it's hard to ignore that as a 5. A, B, C. Well, maybe something like this is going in, right? But it's gonna need to be a big extension here in the 5th, right? I can't say I love that. You can play a couple of different ways, right? We could have a B over down here. This could be all part of a larger 1, 2, 3, 4. We could have this. Let's consider, right, the alternate. This could be going into a 3, 4, 5 of an A. So we could end up with A, B, C. So do you know anything, right? Is it worth trading here? Well, there's a few positives, right? If you get the geometry on this. Tighten that up a little bit. Oh, fuck, that's close enough to make the point. Okay, now I don't know what's coming here, right? But I can look here and say, okay, where's the imbalance, right? Did we sweep liquidity? Oh, what's going on here? Volume. Oh, there's no volume because he's on crypto. Let's get a... Any imbalances here? Well, this is partially mitigated. This is fully mitigated. I don't know. I'd be very mindful of what Al's up to next, right? So where is he going to come into play? Right? Could we have it something like this? It doesn't make sense per the count that he's got up here that we would stop here and then go higher, but that's where the ABC could come in. A, B, C. If that's the case, right, that this will just move with Bitcoin and alts in general, right? It's a kind of a, what would you call it? One of the early legacy cryptos. I don't know what you call it. Something along those lines. I'd be cautious here. Depeche is he's probably tracking this, and he was looking for something to post up, right, just to help out. He's a good guy. This is a good TA, but that's question mark. This clears the bell, right? So where's the funk right here? What are we doing with that? It's not, it's, you know, it's dirty Elliott. Right? Happens. I'd be cautious there. What would I really be doing? If I'm tracking XLM here, I want to see this finish. and then I'd be here. I just let it do what it's going to do. Right, most of us are crypto bulls, right? So, okay, if you need to come down here and finish, do what you need to do, right? Let's take the first retrace. That's my thought there. I bet Depeche would agree, unless he's trading it very short term, 5 minute, 15 minute. Okay. Thanks for that, Depeche. Vesper, you know what? Vesper, that makes me think of, isn't that James Bond's girlfriend in, or was that Vespa? Vespa makes me think of Bond's girlfriend in the last couple of Bond films. Some of you I know what I'm talking about. He named a drink after her. Okay, who is this? Vesper, all right? They're giving me some harmonics here. Cool. 1, 2. Oh, it's a little skinny there, but that flies. 1, 2, you're going to have to do that, pull that out of there. Well, we are in a huge log scale. What do we got here? I don't think that's Gartley. Oh, fuck. Maybe it is. I think a Gartley would hit 7 at 6 here. What are we hitting here? 50. What has he got? Oh, he's got his 23.6 up there. I see it. Okay, interesting. All right, so, God, the log is just distorting the fuck out of that. Okay, so he's got we're getting a little squishy there. All right, so I'd be a little careful with that. Let's go down to a 4. All right, so, since we have this outlined here, I'm going to hide this just so we can get in there a little bit. Let's hide that. Oh, where'd you go? Hide. Okay. The only thing that I see here, Vesper, it feels like you're cutting this a little too close. Are we solid here? Let's do the internal count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate to. It's not that you're wrong here. Let's just consider an alternate. Let me. I'm going to hide these just for a second. A, B, C into a 2, right? So if we go down a degree here, oh shit, let's go to a 2 hour. And open this up a little bit, right? So I'm trying to get to where this all looks good for you down here, right? I can see, I love that you've done it, right? So, Grant F, right, is known for this, right? And then you've been around our Discord for some time, right? This is very commonly. So you got a full trade plan here. I love what you're doing here. I just want to double check this count. If this is the B, we need a C to finish down here. Oops, come here. 1, 2. Okay, well, let's carry that forward. Let's go up a little bit. Oh, let me get it so you guys can see it. Okay, so there's a 1, 2, right? So if we go down a degree, we can go 1, 2. This sure looks like part of a 3, 4. Okay, let's hang on. Let's do this on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay. Pretty good looking 2. Just a chop sloppy 1. You might do it here. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Now you might have to do that. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a 4, but that's probably the cleanest impulse of the whole move. So extension in the 5th, right, is the premise there. Which would put this down here. Okay, let's just see if we've got, what are we missing? It doesn't feel right. What are we missing? Oh, fuck me, hang on, we got to go up a degree. All right, this is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it will serve you well to do this, right? Keep your degrees in line. So this means we can come down here and we'd go 1, 2, oh, you're stuck with that. You might need that 1, 2. It doesn't look like it's done. Oops. So let's go down a degree. Oh no. Where do we have to go here? This is what's off. Let's get, what have we not used here? Let's go to the red. Or not red, whatever that is, magenta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could we be done? Well, that would be the 3. Oh, fuck, come here. Oh, I like that you put that on there. I love this thing. All right, now we're in log scale. Oh, this is, oh shit, Dr. Alban's got to be all over this. Oh, he's got it one as well. Okay, right, so this is, I kind of want that a little bit wider. Oh, fuck. Oh, hang on. Oh, where's your, why is that not showing? Wonder where's your, let's try it that way. All right, so you can back it up, right? So it's a really nice little, I don't know why his, that's weird. Why am I not seeing your indicators over here? Ooh, weird. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3 with extension in the 5th, right? So we're trying to get 3, 4. Let's push these down for a second. 5, right? Candidate, right? Do I know that's what it is? No, right? I'm just kind of looking and say, okay, well, let's pick it apart. Let me get this out of here for a second. God, you really want this impulse to be done here, but does that make sense? Let's consider that alternate, all right? So if we do it here, then and this has to be the 4. Let's take you down. That looks like a 5, though. Fuck, it doesn't look like it. It is. Oh, it's just getting trickier as we go here. I think you're stuck with a 5 here to finish that down. So if I do the whole thing, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What have we not used? God damn, that is just, well, it's a little bit of an Elliott shuffle there. Do I really have it? Yeah, sometimes the market, Elliott's not perfect, right? It's careful expecting it to be. Oh, you're going to have to do something wacky like that to get it in there. Don't love it, right? Always, that makes me, if I happen to kind of squeeze something in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, shit, it could be a triangle. A, B, C, D, E, B. It's not much of a finish. Ran right into, right? Always look left, right? Was there something there, right? So we got a big imbalance here. That's too far for a golden. 1, 2. Oh, Jesus. Well, do you see the overlaps here makes that a little trickier for an impulse. God damn, this is a tough count here. I'm getting tougher as I dig into it. So where did that 3 go? Oh shit, here. I don't want to bore you guys to death, but this is the, as I often say, welcome to the sausage making. It's not supposed to be easy, so it's not. We're still trying to keep this 2 at bay here and not sweep that low. So let's go back, see where we are. Oh, tough one. I'm going to change this here because I'm forcing that. Well, it's either 1, 2, or you're going into the 4 there. Okay, let's work backwards. This is getting a tough one. if I look at this down here, even if I do A, B, C here, it's 3 waves, right? It's not enough to be finished. So this looks like it's very 4-ish. So it looks like it needs one more down here to finish. This probably, this is the kind of thing would fucking drive me crazy, right? Until I can get it, but I don't want to bore you guys to death here. Well, what's the one thing we haven't done? Measured. So there's your high probability location, right, for a wave 3 relative to the 1, 2, where I know we looked earlier at that possibly being. Okay, so the only way this gets done, it just looks like, well, I'm working too hard to get to where he's got it teed up. So if that's the 4. Let's finish it. Fuck me. I'm going to do it here so I can go A, B, C into that 2. 1, 2, 3. Looks like working on 4 to get to 5, to get to 5 of the 3, to get to the 2, to get to the C of the 2. Ooh, that's a long way to get there. But one thing I will tell you, if you go through that, if you work on it like that, you'll build some conviction, right? And you'll know where you're wrong. If so, the implication here is that 4 may or may not be done. We've got one more swing down. Now, can you buy it there? Yeah. Well, I wouldn't, right? You don't want to catch the falling knife. I'd want to see the reaction, and then I want this. Right, stopped is still the same, but show me. It's never enough to hit a level. You got to see the reaction, right? It's got to come off of there, and then there needs to be a little retrace. Remember, if we're not trying to pick the turn, we're trying to take the retrace. So I want to buy it, but I don't want to buy it when it's going up. I want to buy it when it's coming down. Now, if it's coming down, look, my risk just got a lot smaller. My reward got a whole lot bigger. So that's the lesson here. This, that's 10 eliticians probably give you 4 or 5 different counts there, because it's a little open to interpretation. There's a few spots, right? Is that a 5? But then that's a 5. So I got a 5 and a 5, right? So you kind of fucks you a little bit. So is that a 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, looks like A, B, C into that 2. That doesn't quite look like it's done. Shit, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe. Triangle-ish. A, B, C, D. Right? You got a possible triangle going in here. It needs one more down, right? But don't sit here with a limit order. Well, my suggestion would be don't sit here with a limit order, right? Let it react. Right? And then, as I would always tell you, you got to wait for this, right? If it's going to do this, you got to wait for it to break that, right? You got to break a high. It's lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You got to get higher high, and then you can take that one. All right, I hope I didn't lose the entire room on that one. That's a tricky one. That's a very tricky little count. Dog whiff. It's a bitch. It's bitch, right? It's a little meme-y, or So it's. Is there a people like to trade it, right? Dr. Alban's all over it, right? He's posting again. He must have a good position in that. It's a little squirrely. It's a meme coin, right? So it has no reason to exist other than to trade. Okay, let me keep moving. Maybe they'll come up with a use case for it. Oh shit, look at this. I'm going to go back to back. Let's see how Dr. Alban hands that. So we'll compare the two counts. It's a tricky count. There's no question about it. Very tricky. Let's see how, let's see how he's doing this. So I'm going to do that. That's because it makes me dizzy. Well, he's kind of going through the same thing, right? Is the 3 here, or is this an extension? Right. Well, okay. So hopefully, Dr. Alban, what we just went through here, we don't have to do it again. I'm going to just pull that off. Right. The idea here, because there's 5-5 right there. So it looks like it could be done here, like something finished here, right? So is this the 3 here? Right, well then you're using a 5 here. It's a little bit, You can see it, 1, 2, 3, sideways, right? We go sideways, we don't progress the trend, 5, right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, right? Elliott's not there. Nothing's perfect in the market, right? So we don't go, oh fuck, well I can't trade it. Let's pull this back a little bit. Okay, if the Elliott's elusive, remember in order of priority of what we teach in this methodology, which it would seem ass backwards, right? Because we lean on the Elliott so hard, but it's geometry, fibs, then Elliott wave. And if the Elliott wave is elusive, because there are many times when it will be, well, shit, that's my 3rd priority. Okay, how's the geometry? Volume, right? Do I want to buy into that? I don't want to be the guy trying to pick the low. Wave 3, right? So he makes a good point, right? Where are we in this entire thing? Well, it's not that I don't value volume. I would put it in something lower. AB. Well, okay, so think of it this way, right? So if we come out here, this is the obvious order block before we went down. So if we came down to something like this, and then you got a reaction, because there's no arguing with the impulse there. This is all corrective. The one thing we didn't measure that I would be curious to see is A to B, C to D, right? So look where we come in down here, right, at that mitigation for that order block, right? Remember, that's bullish order flow, right? It's down before we go up. But it looks, even at this distance, 1, 2, 3, doesn't look like it's done. So it's a good question, Dr. Alban. I love it down here, but I'm not going to just buy it because it's at a 1618 and it's halfway through an order block. I'm going to wait for that. Then I'll buy, right? Stop under the low. You know, not a tick under the low. You got to give it a little breathing room, right? Because anytime you put a stop under a low, a pivot, it's a target. Every pivot is a target, period. Every one is the target for an algo, right? Because they know stops are there. So, you know, don't put it a tick below, right? You'll just get swept, right? You look at the chart. Go through your own charts. Look at, did they sweep? Did they sweep? Did they sweep? Did they sweep? Did they get it? Oh, here. Oh, well, here's a big target. Oh, they didn't get it until here. Unswept liquidity is the market talking to you, right? If the algos can't get it, because do you think there's any stops there? Well, somebody made some money all the way up here. You think there's any stops there? Did they get it? Looks like they doubled, right? Whoa. Shit, that's out of curiosity. Did they get it? Yeah, they did. Oh, let's see if I do this. I think I can show it to you. Oh, fuck, maybe they didn't. Let's get right on there. Is that a true double? It might be. Oh, my God, it is a true double. Tick to tick. This looks like, I think we looked at this. They got Al here. Oh, no, they didn't. Do you think that's random? I mean, how many times do I have to show it before you say, obviously not? Oh, shit. I think we've done this a couple of times here. I know this is one, too. Oh, they got to wick through. Remember, it has to close above, right? The algos, we tracked this thing for so long. It got right to target. It's a wick, right? Not a close. It's just like a break of structure, right? It has to close above. We have to get a close on the other side of the 65 to kill the algo, right? Obviously, they stayed with it, duh. Okay, all right. Hopefully that earlier session, Dr. Alban, gave you a few things to look at, right? To think about. Let it come down a little further. Okay, how am I doing here? Oh, pretty good. Pretty good on time. Might have a few, be able to take a few requests. Boy, I got my team all over this today. I got Trader KDI. Is on it. What the fuck? What has he got? FLR? I can't remember. FLR, I forget what they're called. There's fuck. How many we got? 16,000 alts. I can't remember all of them. No, it's not that one. So, what are you giving me, Cokes? Copy. Oh no, fuck me. Copy link. That looks like what you gave me. No, that's it. Oh. Flare. That's what it is. Flare. Flare to the dollar. Oh, shit, I don't know that I've ever looked at this one. Does it matter? You think I'm being an arrogant prick when I say this. I do not care. It doesn't matter to me what the asset is. They all trade exactly the same way. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying there. It's just, I don't care what it is. I literally do not care, right? Is it trading? Is there enough volume, right? Is Al in there? Right, Al's always in there. Okay, so what does he got over here? He's got the daily, and then here, oh, I got 2 dailies. He just got some sexy indicators here. This is when he ported over from our Ninja stuff here. He's a very good coder as well. He runs all of my website for TDU. He's been a great addition to the team, and also a very skilled Elliottician. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what are we doing with that, right? We got a big 5 in a rip here, so you can't go 1, 2, 3, right? So it's extension in the 5th. A little front run. You do see front runs. Sweep the liquidity. That's a change of character, right? He's wise to note here. This is a break of structure, right? Break of structure. This is just a change of character. Why? Because this didn't create a break of structure, right? It's just a pivot that was broken. This is good work, folks. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We run into the... maybe somebody paying attention said, well, shit, I don't want to buy it right there. Okay. What do we got here? All right, so let's hear. I got to tell my guys the same as I tell members. Don't forget to label what you're calling it, right? Unless you're unsure, right? Or you're like, oh, shit, I don't know what it is yet, which is very possible. Well, is it a 1 or an A? Well, how do you know? Well, again, you don't know, but the context would lean you to like, okay, A, B, C, oh, okay. I got a 5 up. I've completed a correction, so that would lean you into a 1, but you don't know. This could be a WXY. You don't know. There's no knowing. Anyone tells you they know where the market is going, grab your wallet fast because they're looking for your money. 1, maybe 2. Kind of deep, right? We came down into the prior structure down here. That you could call that whole thing just a downswing, a bullish order flow, right? How do we know it's bullish order flow? Because look at the displacement that came off of it. Right, so you know that's muscle. That's not Billy Bob Crypto. That's not retail traders. That's muscle, right? To create that displacement, right? That's the tell. Into a C. 1, 2. Well, what else are you gonna call that? Uh-oh, come on, don't fuck with me. Oh, come on. I think I had a blue screen crash on one live stream. There we go. So I'm always a little nervous when they get squirrely. I think we just... Something I need to say? Anything? I've never looked at this before. I have no idea what they're about, what they do. I don't know anything about Flare. Do I need to? No. Is Al here? It's obviously a rhetorical question. Yeah, he's here. He's always there. What are you doing with that? Oh, fuck. Maybe you get a diag out of that. Well, so, but look how sloppy it is, right? So here, just big picture. 3, it looks like a 3, right? We've had a 5. Okay, right, we're not working through all the detail here. I don't know that I need to, right? So, okay, somewhere down here, I'm going to look for a reaction. Maybe we come into this bullish order flow with some full mitigation of this order block. Maybe we come down here. I'm not trying to buy it here. I'll buy it here. Because that's what I'm after. Where do I want to make the most? Where do I make the most money? Wave 3. Why do I want to fuck around with this? I want this. Right? Remember, our purple belt, that's all we let you trade. 3s and Cs. Those are the money waves, right? If you can build a discipline to only trade those, you'll stay out of a lot of the shit, a lot of the chop slop. Oh shit, it's not, oh shit, okay, is that a B? Well, sure looks like it could be a B. So where can I trade? I can trade the C. Where are the biggest moves here? Oh, that was pretty good here. In the 3, in the 3, in the 3. You can trade the 3 of a 5, right? You just can't trade the 5th of the 5th, right? So 3s and Cs. You could trade that 3, you could trade that 3, you could trade that C, you could trade that 3. Right? There's plenty, it's not like we're limiting you to what you can trade. Well, we are, but it's not like there's not plenty of opportunity, right? It's just building a discipline because you got to count it out to know if you're in the 3, right? That's why we do it. Not to be, you know, well, in fact, you can't trade that, right? I mean, you could trade whatever you want, right? But if you're submitting, right, 50 trades, right, it's got to be 3s and Cs. Okay, I digress, right? So is there anything to do here? No, nothing to do, right? Al's broken on this side, right? So you're waiting for this, right? Maybe get him again, right? That would be ideal to get him right here. Where's my stop, right? Not a tick below the low. Got to give a little breathing room. What would I have there, right? It's the same way every time, right? You see the, right? Okay, thanks, Cokes. Ben B, he wants Link. Okay, let's look at Link. He didn't post a chart, but for him, I will do that. He's been a member for a long time. What should we look at? Let's go to Coinbase. Oh, actually, what I should be doing is I should go to our sponsor. Shame on me. I should go to BloFin. Let's see if we get enough history here. Where'd you go? I trade there. I really like these guys. I do. If you're kind of curious about them, they now have a demo account, so you can get in there and play around with the exchange. I mean, it looks like every other exchange, right? So it's not like, oh, there's something mysterious here. But they have a demo set up now, so you can get in there and go, all right, how do I trust this exchange? Let's see how the execution is, what the fees look like, blah, blah, blah. Right, all the things you might consider before you consider moving to or adding in another exchange. It's kind of a new feature they've offered. Hang on, I got to turn my AC up. Okay, back. All right, Chainlink. Okay, well, we don't have full history here. Do we need it? Probably not. Looks like WXY here into the, whoops, into the, where'd that Y go? Right there. 3, 3, 3. It's a little wonky, right? This is all the pre-election. What are we doing? What are we doing? You guys do know that crypto was the #1 contributor to the political outcome of the last election, right? Crypto, you know what the top 2 were? Crypto and the oil industry. Which I tell you that only in the, not to get political, but just to remind you that probably the safest places to put your money right now are crypto and oil, because the hundreds of millions that were spent to get crypto-friendly legislation, there's no possible way they aren't expecting all of it, right? Hundreds of millions went in to getting Trump elected, right? And to get some of these senators and congressmen elected that were pro-crypto. I'm not concerned about a collapse of crypto, at least yet. Just word to the wise, something to consider, right? Not to get political. I think everybody knows my views. But it's good to have a crypto-friendly environment. Well, Link kind of, well, what do we, things we know, right? That Elliott Wave, the rules and guidelines of Elliott Wave, you know, can guide us, right? We begin and end with 5s. Does that look like a 5? Nope. Looks like all of this, it looks like Al got blown out here, right? So the sell side is a little sloppy. If you pull it here, right, that would be low to low. It would be fine as in terms of Elliott context. Looks like he was playing here. Didn't get targets, right? So you can't, once you get a new low, right? You can't do this. I had a guy work for me who used to do this. It's bullshit. Can't do that, right? So, well, we got here. Well, you can see the clear, right, when you see that many wicks going up there, right? They're trying to get it. Boom. All right, there's a lot of this. You bring up crypto right now, you see a lot of this, a lot of that, and it's hard to apply the Elliott to that because you're digging a 2 out of that. I think it's more likely ABC. So it makes me think, okay, some sort of a combo is in here. Fuck, I don't know that it really matters over here, right? What are we hoping for? This is the consolidation. Again, I talked about this, not to repeat myself ad nauseum, but contraction, expansion. So do we want to try and pull a 1 out of this? I wouldn't unless the market forced me to. Now you might say, well, let's check from the absolute low to the absolute low. So even there, let's go to log. Well, okay, wait, before we go to log, do we need to be in log? Right? 4 times the range is mandatory. Exactly 4 times the range. So that might, or as it pops it open here, you might look at this and go, oh, is this ABC? Do I have to deal with that? You might, I hate to start like that. Well, let's see, is Al involved here? I'm not quite on it. That's the highest high right there. You get a new high here. So remember, when I'm doing that, remember the algo is looking, it doesn't care about any of this, right? Once it breaks, it's looking for the lowest low to the highest high, right? It will ignore all of this. It wouldn't initially, but once that breaks, it'll next look for the next pivot. So this is what it worked off of. Let's get this out of here. Give me a second here. Fuck, I hate that kind of, because it leaves you going, oh fuck, I don't, ABC. That's not an impulse. That's a zigzag. So it looks like you've got to go A, B. Oh fuck. You almost can't get it done because this you've got a WXY here, and then you got a WXY here. Oh, let's put something loosely up here. Can't say I love it. This is a wag, right? There's You can't go ABC. You can't. So you're almost stuck here. God, this is fucking terrible. Let's go to a 1. Jesus, is there anything there? Even that, right? You could probably get away with it. Let's not lose too much time there. Okay, so let's pull back out, right? This is just, again, don't expect Elliott to be perfect at all times, at all degrees, at all. It's not going to be. It doesn't need to be. So I don't know what that is, to be perfectly honest with you. Maybe one of my wizards could come up with something there, but this one I can see, right? This one looks like we're decent here. Oh, you're probably have to do. You got another 3 there. It looks like a triangle there into that 5th. It's a tricky one, right? So I know why he wanted to look at it. It's not really playing good Elliott ball with us. Looks like you have to do ABC there into that too. Let's get you out of here. All right. Does it matter? Well, in this case, yeah, it probably does. put you in. I think we just did this, right? We blew here. We blew out here. But it plays as a... Shit, do we have a 5 there? You might have to do this like this. This is iffy. Oh, you're kind of stuck with that. Even that is... What happened to Link? It used to be so pretty and technical. This is a little bit of guesswork here. Oops, that's supposed to be 4 here. We pause, right? That's the... Oh, this is probably some sloppy Elliott here, but I don't want to get lost on this. So let's go here on it up a degree. We need this, right? So to try and simplify it, right? Can we simplify it here? I should probably change that. If that's A, on the premise that there's an impulse in that, you have to finish with a diag. It's not great, right? Period. It's not great. Can we get a 1-2 out of that? Oh, Jesus, this is sloppy price action. Well, I'd probably try and stick those together. This is a B. We're trying to get a 5. So can we get it? I don't want to put a 3 there. It's not a great start. It's down a degree. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Well, let's see. Is this Al? Nope. Well, let's go back one. There he is. Do you see what I just did there? I'm connecting the highest high to the lowest low. Right? Oh, let's get it right on there. Right? Because that's what Al will do. Right? So you see, just to point this out, right? It breaks here. Right? So what do they do? Right? So now I have a new extreme. Right? No, so now when it comes back, right, there he is. Well, oh, good God, that's fucking ugly. Even this, right, is 1, 2, 3, 4 trunk. That's some butt ugly Elliott right there. Way too much for a 4. But as we said, right, the only thing you can lean into is that we didn't sweep any of that liquidity there, or we didn't get an overlap there. Is that a 4? Well, look what you're being forced to do, right? So already I'm not trading this, right? So it's too iffy. Is this 1, 2? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to truncate the 1? Or is the 1 here, and I'm going to have to somehow finish it here, and I'm going to go A, B, C into the 2? Are we doing it as a diag? 1, so we do A, B, C, assuming that you can get a C into that, A, B, C. Is that A, B, C? You know, there's times where you're just going to have to go with what's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But that's giving you the 3, A, B, C into the 4. I wouldn't go near this, right? But this is just my opinion, right? Until I sweep this, right? Now I'm there, right? I'll take that. But this is too wacky. The Elliott's unclear. Why? I got 16,000 other crypto coins to trade. Why am I going to fuck with Link when it's this problematic, right? Or it's this unclear? I don't know where we are. This is ugly. This is ugly. It's just a big chop monster. How are we doing over here? Right, low. Right, just as I did, lowest low to highest high. We got the 50, I think. maybe if I came golden. I've got a pretty good size, good bit of this. I'd like to see that go higher, but that is, oh fuck, man, I'll tell you exactly what I would do. I'd go to my wizards and I'd say, guys, does anybody see anything here that's valid, that we like enough to trade? Because really what we're after is, okay, here's the swing, here's the retrace. That's what we want. It's all the market can do. That it can ever do, swing and retrace. That's what we're after. So can we get it here? I'd leave this alone until that clears up, right? You're getting breaks on both sides. This is, who knows what that is. This is a shitty looking impulse. I'd stay out of Link for a while. Let it clear up, right? Don't feel like, oh God, I love Link. I love the story. They got a great use case. They're going to be great, great, great. Well, okay, if they are, then this will clear up. You're not going to miss anything. So don't bang your head against the wall and just because you love the story. Wait until the price action matches the story. Right now it doesn't. Okay, Ben B. Well, I can see why you wanted to look at that one. You stumped a band on that one. Let's see what we got here. He did give me one. He trades a lot of trads. I'd be surprised if this is not a trad. Yep, there it is. All right, so let's go to copy. How's the market doing? Let's save that. All right, I'm just going to do this for my own old brain. All right. Oh, come on. Okay. Semis, right? Well, my AMD isn't looking very good. Okay, so we're going to work. So let's just pick the low we're working from. COVID. I think we've looked at this before. Now let's not get caught in that. So this is obviously impulsive. Jesus, you got to go all the way back here. All right, let's focus on what's right in front of us. 1, 2. I don't see anything better, so that's some good work. That's kind of big there. A, B, right? So waiting for that to come down now. Let's do a tradable. Oops, Jesus, I need to do that. 1, 2, all right, so good looking 2. Oh, come here. Boy, talk about slop. Is there a count in there? Well, if it's that bad, first place I'd go here and say, can I make any sense out of that? No, not really. It's just radio waves. But the broader structure here, you can probably work some sort of a fuck, you know, that's just ugly. Oh, come on, machine, don't do that. Come on. Uh-oh. Hang on, if it crashes, this will be as far as we got. Okay, there we go. Well, that's just ugly, right? It's just all of this is liquidity being grabbed. So where's the obvious liquidity sitting right down here? This is over. Where's the 2 we're pulling from? This is actually a good, this is something that's probably worth pointing out here. All right, if you're inexperienced, right, not to pick on inexperienced, but if you saw this and then you saw this, right, and you came here, what would your thought be? Oh, here we go. Right, it'd be easy to get sucked into that. Now, if you're an Elliottician, what are you thinking? Is that what you're thinking? That this is the, okay, think about it, right? So this massive impulse, right? It's impulse within an impulse is going to get corrected here. it's not like it's not possible. It's just improbable. So you would be anticipating, oh, no, that's not enough, right? It's not enough time. Oh, we could do the whole fucking thing. It's a log, right? So I could get that adaptive. Oh, what do you got over here? EMAs. These are, I don't know if anybody else is dealing with this. As soon as you put your mouse over that, the eyeball comes in. You got to fuck with it for 10 tries to get it to work. It's not their best work, TradingView. So, but again, that's a great example. The inexperienced or, okay, someone who's not applying Elliott Wave was like, oh, fuck, came right to the 38. Oh, boom, let's go. Well, did you make a little money? Yeah. Were you? If that's what you're after, right? If all you're after is this little punch here off the 38, okay, well, you made a little money. It's a bit unusual, but it looks like they swept that low. Well, maybe they didn't. They didn't, right? So that's a little bit of a tell, right? It's to leave that. My guess is they're coming back for that. Right? We personalize the software, but my guess is, right, that's too juicy. That's just sitting there waiting to be, you know what? And it would fit with the count. A, B, give us a C. Down to the 50. What's there? Well, don't forget to measure, right? It's easy again to forget these things, right? So if that's the B, well, here minimum target would be 100 here. Well, it's not this required to go there, but that's a very common target. So you'd have this little box down here between the 100 and the 50. That seems to play in nicely with the read here on the Elliott to get you to a C, to get you to a 4. Now, is the balance better? Well, yes, but you're comparing. It's not great. What'll do it here? You're comparing this to this as the 4. Length of time already a little like, ooh. Really, that's my 2? Actually, I take that back. If we're at this degree, it's here. Now the log fucks it a little bit. You can't even do it. You can't even do it without log. Length of time, right? It's the imbalance. Would make me a little cautious. You see what I'm saying, right? This is length of time. Oh, will it do this? Maybe it will if I can move that without distorting it. It's pretty wicked imbalance there. Makes me wonder. Well, I think what we can all agree is that this is not an impulsive move off of this pivot, right? So whatever this is, it's not impulsive. It's not a 5. It's corrective. So it makes me think, where's a better fit? A little bit better here. Still, at least you're more than half of it. Might be an alternate count in there. That would have me start looking, but right now I don't think we need to go there. When it gets here, just pay attention. What are we looking for? Right? Same thing every time, right? Let's let this finish and take the reaction. Sweep the low. Hello, juicy liquidity. Who's going to sell there? The inexperienced. They'll get bent over. Oh, no, then they'll buy it. Oh, no, then they'll sell it. Then that's how it goes. All right. Thanks for those, Ben B. This is a tricky one, right? That See, one thought is to do it this way. It would balance it a bit better, right? So keep that in your back pocket, Ben, as a candidate, right? So you'd have to recount it all. You'd probably get a 1, 2 into this. So get your 3 up here for better balance if it's going to be down here. It's still not great. Really, if you look at that, if this is going to dump a little further, you'd want it to come to the 50, but you want it to come to the 50 from here. It's so far, right? It looks like you'd want that to be done up here. And I'm sure there's a count that can get it done up here. So it would be 5 going into a 2. This stuff, again, if you're not like really like dialed in on what you've got, why are you putting money at risk? I'm not sure what we've got here. I can see multiple ways to count this. Why force something? Do you want to be short semiconductors right now? Maybe, right? Well, if you do, okay, is this the only way to trade it? No. Be picky about where you risk money, because there's no eliminating the risk. Q, Q, we just did XLM. So I'm going to go to your JASMY. Is that, am I saying that right? JASMY, JASMY. Seems like it would be Jazz, JAZZM, JASMY. I don't know. Does it matter? Does not matter. Who knows how to say that? JASMY. Look at it. I can't do that. There, I got it. Annoying. All right. So we got. Oh, all right. So he's taking to this one. I do like that one. It's a little different. I think it's one of their frees. They're paid, but their frees are often good. Right? They do a pretty good job. This needs to get reset. Well, right off the bat, right? Just looking at that, right? Don't forget, right? When they get that far off, right? Just double everything here. Just go to a 1070. You get a better. It'll be more useful to you, right? So here's the big 3, or X, right? Or the C of the ABC. Okay, let's get out. Oh shit, let's get out to a daily. Okay, there you go. Oh, good. Right, very nice. What is it? Leaning into the channeling, right? So if it's going to be a good impulse, right, we don't want it breaking below that channel. So here you can start to lean into this. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, well, right, I like this already. This is right. It would have been very easy, right? It's easy. We can all look at this and go, "Oh, I see. Oh God, it's perfect." Dump. What rhymes with dump? You can fill in the blanks there. Okay. Where's a 4? All right, where do we want to see that 4? All right, now we're going to pull from the completed 3, not from the high, because we're applying Elliott Wave. If I'm looking for Al doesn't care about your Elliott count. I'm going to go low to high. But into the 4, right? He's got this. He's got the liquidity already identified here. God, I feel like we've looked at this before. This is perfectly done. Perfectly done, right? Little well, I bet that's going to match the squeezes, right? So this consolidation. What comes from consolidation? Contraction, always 100% of the time. The only thing you can say with absolute certainty in the market: from contraction comes expansion. Contraction, expansion, right? And you'll always see it matched with the squeeze, right? So you get a little help. That's smart what he did here, right? Highlighting the squeeze, right? So the squeeze is not bad news. You just don't want to be trying to trade. You don't want to be trading in the middle of it. You know what's coming after the squeeze, but you don't want to try and guess. Oh, and is it now? Is it now? Is it now? You'll usually be wrong. Well, you're stuck with that. So, but he's done a nice job here, because I can absolutely guarantee he had the 4 over here. I would have. How would you know the difference? Oh, fuck. 1, 2. You wouldn't know, right? So you adapt, right? As we've had many accounts have had to be redone, adapted. He's adapted beautifully here. A, B, nice channeling on this, right? So he's really leaning into the channeling, right? So remember, geometry, fibs, Elliott. Flat. Yeah, I like the flat there. 3, ooh, a little skinny. We are on a daily. You let that fly. It's contraction, right? W. That's right. Again, don't expect it to be perfect. The C, right? A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the X, right? It's a big X. 3. Let's go to a 4 here. Well, purists might have issue with that B wave not being high enough. 50 to the tick. Al had no problem with it. But we can get a target on that, not with first, second. liquidity 1, 2. Boy, that's not a. Right, so you're well. This is good, right? So it has to be a diag. Although you're a little fucked here, right? That looks like a 5. Let's go to 1 there. Hang on, so I can see it better. So you might have to do A, B, because that sure looks like a 5. 1, 2. Is that 2? A, B, C. Well, are we done here? All right, he's making a case that we could be. We've got 2 here. Did we sweep all the? Okay, all right. So this is a good example here. Let's get in there. Do we? Where's a high? Right? Where's a high that was overlapped? Right? This is a double. That's an inside bar, right? It's so fucking close. Double. Here's the last one, right? So this is all one leg down, right? There's no high that's overlapped until we get to right here, right? So this is all one leg. Good example, right? Just so you recognize it visually. Where's a high, right? So here, inside, I think it's there. This is, I think, makes more sense. All one move, right? Right. So that's the other thing I keep trying to tell you, right? Did we sweep anything? Did we sweep anything? Is the low in? No. Right. You got to sweep the last swing high, or it's just one leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So we sweep here. We break a high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this still. So you could, well, at this degree, you could bring this down here and say, okay, change in state of delivery. 1, 2. Let's measure it. Jesus. Literally splits it. It's right on there, so I'm not fudging anything. That's tick to tick, right? What do we do? Split it. Probably just a coincidence, I know. How do we do from the top? Looks like that might be a 50, right? So right, don't forget, right? You got to check out on both sides. Oh, lo and behold. You see what we get here? Oh, it was the 2, excuse me. We went from this golden zone to this golden zone. It's easy to forget, right? So I do it just to remind you. I have forgotten. Maybe I've seen, oh God, it's perfect. I fucking bye. Oh shit! I forgot to. It's easy to do. That's why I pointed out, right? Because I've done it. What do we got here? That looks corrective. It's not a 5. Where are we looking for this to react? Right? Not to where do we know. Where are we looking for it? Well, if it's a 2, all right, maybe a reaction at the 50. But that, what are we doing with that? Well, that looks like a completed impulse. Can we make this work? I'm not sure we can, right? A. Is that a B? No. It's gonna be iffy down here. You might have to go platinum on that. A, B. Well, what would that leave? I mean, maybe you hear A because this is clearly a 3. A, B, choppy B. I'd have that as a contender. The goal is to be done here. So this is why you want to complete the labeling. So you don't. What am I trying to do? You don't forget, right? Oh, is that an A or is that a one way? What was I thinking there? Just takes seconds. That's, I'm being friendly to the count here because that is clearly a 3. So I can't go A, B, C. I'm kind of stuck with that. Do I need to be in log scale at this level? Probably not. What am I at? From 3 cents to an 8? No, I really don't. All right, so if I can get out of log, I always want to, where I can. 1, 2. You know, it's a lot of times you're just placing them there going, well, fuck, I'm not sure. Am I sure? No. Okay. Come a little lower. Give me a reaction. If I love this, okay. Can I get, do I have really a 5 going in there? Now, it doesn't have to be golden. Like shit, we can go 887, 88. Now, we can go one tick off the low and still be at valid 2 from an Elliott perspective, but we'd rather have it here because then we know where we are. We know what's happening. That's not a great. Looks like that could have designs on lower prices, right? Not that we know, but we could probably go platinum on that. All of this down here, right? Potential pivots, right up to this is all wick, potentially down in here. So point being, don't try and pick the turn. Let it show its hand, right? Let me sweep that. There will be a retrace. Get that. Don't fuck around down here. It's never worth it. The little bit of money you might make here and there, it's never worth it because you'll lose more than you'll make. I know because I've done it. Okay, my Bitcoin chart is too complex to keep up, but would love to get, oh, you're not going to give it to me? Q, let's see what you gave me. Did you, oh, I don't think you did give me one. Oh, fuck. All right, let's see what I got. He wants Bitcoin. Let's take a look. Oh, here's, oh, that's a Lex algo thing. It's kind of nice, right? It's just a fancy, what they call it, money pro. I can't remember if it's paid or not. Money flow profile. It's a volume profile with some delta in there. It's kind of, it's fancy. Okay, right. So what do we have here, right? So just to drive the same point home. Let me get that out of here. So you guys may not have access to that. I can't remember if you do. It's called money flow. Okay, look at Bitcoin. Now, remember, there's all sorts of measured moves in here. But when we go, we can look at this. Right now, do I know that's what we have here? No. But what I can see, you got to see, it's a little tricky, right? So this is the highest high, right? This is the lowest low of this range. Now, on the retrace, where do we go? 65 to the tick. Because the algo is going to discard all of this, right? It's just going to see the dominant to dominant retrace right to the 65, literally to the tick. Oh, you thought it would be different with Bitcoin? That's funny. That's actually amusing. It rules Bitcoin. Well, it rules everything. So what do we got here? Whoa, is that a 1? Are we in? Is this done here? Is that a 2? A little discouraging. See, but here, this is. I promise you, retail bought that because they don't know that's there. They don't know how to get to that golden zone. It's not that fucking complicated. It's dominant to dominant. Okay, here we go. So let's get that off because now we know why it stopped there, which is always the question. Why does it stop there? Okay, well, if this is an ugly 1 and we're going to go A, B, W, A, B, C into a W, we got to live with that 3. So that's it. You're not. Right, we're kind of stuck with this, right? The market is guiding you into this. Well, fuck, it's not a 1, 2, right? So WX, but we calling that a 3? I mean, it's almost a stretch to call it an A, but it didn't play ball, right? It just didn't. Am I getting bearish on Bitcoin? Absolutely not. No. Could we see some with lower prices? Sure, right? But they're not going to, again, the number one contributor to the outcome of the election, right, which is what's driving all of this. They are not going to let this fall. They're not. Period. Right? Why? I should rephrase. Very low probability that given the amount of money invested into getting crypto-friendly regulation, blah, 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 I would not be uncomfortable being biased long in crypto, particularly in Bitcoin. How about I clean it up that way? It's not financial advice, just my opinion. Okay, so WX, are we done? Well, if we were done, right, you'd be looking for an impulse here. Did we get an impulse? Did we? Sure looks like an ABC to me. Can we even, fuck it, like squeeze it? Can we, fudge it in there? Can we? God damn it, 10 minute? If you were just desperate to find bullish, right? Oh, 1, 2, right? Okay, well, 1, 2. Oh, fuck, get those out of there. That's a good one that I do like. Okay, well, let's get those out of there. Can we Elliott shuffle it? Well, that would have to be the 1. I don't think we can. Let's see if we can subdivide it. It doesn't look like we can, so we got to go down a degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you're not calling that. No. 5. Let's take that down a degree. Oh, here, come here. Oh, where'd you go? Where's that thing? Here it is. Oh, blue. Okay, right. So run out of swings. This is not likely to be 4. Okay, something I would never do. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. All right. Now, I'm not saying that's never happened. I'm just saying I would never put money at risk on that. It's too abnormal, right? We want them all self-contained. So what does this look more like? It's not what we wanted. Or I should say, not what a bull wanted. Okay, well, if that's what we got, how does that fit? And what is this? If that's the X, probably not. Now, we only got so much room here before we got a problem. We got 2 pivots, right, that are just down here just screaming, come get me. 2 big pivots. Right, whoops. Is that a 1? God, look at the, it ain't pretty. 1, 2, you're going to go 3, ABC 4. And then this craziness. Well, what's your immediate thought here? We need another one. I mean, that's my thought, right? With my Elliott hat on. How would you do it differently? Well, I suppose you could probably talk yourself into an ABC, but then we didn't get an impulse. So the market is walking you into the Elliott count. You see what I'm saying here? You might have looked at this and thought, oh, A, B, C. Oh, great. Oh. Didn't get an impulse. Uh-oh. What does that leave, right? So that's the power of Elliott Wave. It's the decision matrix that guides you. If not this, then that. Oh, if not that, then this. Nothing else gives you that. Nothing. That's why, again, right? You listen to me or not listen to me, right? But if there was something better, I'd teach it. So what are we doing here? Right, we got an ABC. So what are we looking for now? Not what do we know? What do we anticipate given the price action? And given, right, just to remind you, where do we pivot? Where's the target? Oh, right. We don't want it to see that target, right? Because then the idea of this being a 2 is off the board, right? 1, 2, can't overlap that. Of all the rules, there's that one is unbreakable. You cannot break the start of the 1, right? Something else is going on. So what are we doing? A, B, well, maybe. Can we get out of there? A, B, C. Let's count it out. Okay, 1, 2, maybe. Shit, if I go down to a 5-minute, which I rarely like to do. Yeah, it looks like a 3 to me, but let's be generous. Fuck, I'm not going to a 5-minute, right? It's just stupid. Okay, so let's just try it, right? Try it on for size. This is what we're after, right? We can't sweep this low. Right, we got to stay above that low. And there's all wick down here. Let's get here. Right, so put here. We do not put an alert on it, right? If that breaks, right, something else is happening. What do you think's right there? Wonder why it stopped there. Get right on there. Looks like it went through by a tick. Right, but so it's all wick, right? Not a close. What? Now look left. What actually happened there? That would be liquidity. All right, so grab it. Oh, I was so sure. All right, it looks like Al was playing on both sides. He was. See it? All right, he's always there. He's always there. Always, always, always there. If you don't check it, you deserve the outcome, right? Because 6 years I've been grinding this into your head. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Well, so where are we in this? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you got a 1 going in there. That's not an impulse, so it can't be the 3. Can't be. You can't. No. Well, I take. Hang on. If this is, hang on, I should shut the fuck up here. I'm being too cocky. If that's an ABC, and this is an ABC, we could have a diag. Now, ideally, you'd want an ending diag, right? You'd want something that was contracting, right? To give you something more like that would be contracting down here. That's ideal, right? You're not always going to get ideal. What else can we do here, right, to guide us? Right, that's all we're after. Like, just guide me. Oh, let's go back to. Oh, that's a little much on there. Don't like that because I'd consider the shift, but we're not playing a correction here. The correction would be up here, right? Then you're playing for it like that, but we want original here. 3, 4, trying to dodge a bullet down here. We do not want that to overlap, right? But we can maybe get there, right? Right now, I have a golden corner here. What do we know from that? We know we have 80% probability of getting there. Now, 80 is not 100, but I'll take 80 any day. Here. I'd actually track both of them, right? Because we don't know which one the algos are tied to. That's probably too thin, right? Too much time has passed, so it looks like you can take that one off. And it's not a golden. Well, I think it was actually, right? And then this is the golden here. So I've got a clear golden. I could do it either way, but I would use this. And then because that's so steep, I'd go to a shift. See what happens down here. Because remember, if I take this off, we want contracting. So if it comes in and it plays ball here on the 3 here, 4, 5, right, then it tees it up just beautifully. Where's the unmitigated order flow? Right here. Little tap. Well, no, it didn't. Toe got in. What will the media be saying? Oh my God, crypto is completely crashing. It's over. It's over. We come down here, it's always crashing. Or well, we've had increased volatility, right? They never say it's selling off. It's just, well, we've got increased volatility. We don't want to scare the customers. Okay, there's Bitcoin. God, I'm on a rant here. Oh shit, it's 1:30. I went too long here. Oh fuck, did I get everybody? Huh, look at that. Oh my God, am I going to finish? Well, 10 minutes over. Bitcoin starting wave 3 to 3. Let's see, I'll bring you guys over here for a sec. See if I got anybody here making a request. Can you please chart fetch? Hola. Does Elliott Wave work? SSS? You tell me. You tell me. 6 years I've been doing this. 6 years, right? The question is not whether it works. That's a uneducated question. Not that you're uneducated, but that's a silly question. Does it work? What does that mean? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to be disrespectful, but that's too dumb a question. Okay, so what do we got here? Somebody has modern Picasso. I know Motive Wave does that. Semi-log. I agree. one thing about TradingView, they continually improve it. I mean, it dwarfs. I mean, I have a full software business for Ninja Trader, so believe me, I'm aware of the numbers. It dwarfs. They own TA, right? They own charting, right? Because it's integrated into everything. Satoshi Mofo, hey man. All right, I'm trying to get to, somebody had a request. Fetch. Let's get over here, right? I don't want to be insulting my viewers, but I got to draw the line when I get a stupid question. Okay, so fetch. This is what he wants, I think. Is that right? Oh fuck, let's take a look. Okay, anytime you bring up a new chart, start on the daily. It's just good habit. All right. Fair value gaps. That one's a little annoying. I've looked at his nephew Sam or whatever. Okay, fetch. Well, what do you see? Okay, well that's not too tough. Oh, that's out of log scale. Okay, well let's wick the low. All right, we'll finish with this one. Well, we're from 9, 4 times the range. Well, did we get to 4? We didn't, so we got to look at it. Sometimes, right? But see, it distorts your eye just terribly, right? That's the problem with it. I do wish we had semi-log. Let's check both, right? So 707, so you got a pretty good break there. It makes me think something else was working here. Oh, interesting, right? So that's wick though. Got the third target. Let's come out of log. Let's check these, right? I want to check them. Here, no, all the way. So we can look here, right? So a lot of times you get something like this. Just start. Okay, where are the 5s? Where are the 3s? Right? Do I have a 5 here? Yeah, I do. That sure looks like I might have some sort of a. That's a bit of a fuck you right there. Are you gonna squeeze it out of there? Can you? Yeah, you can. It's a little iffy there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not a great finish. It looks like you might be able to get away with a 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to do it as a diag. Maybe not. Yeah, let's come back. Let's go to an 8. All right, here I always get the hardest one when I try and finish. Okay, so all right, things that I would make a point of highlighting. Okay, so the last swing down before we went up, tap, tap. This will play better this way, right? If it's A, B, C, so we'd want W, X. Let's just put it somewhere. We got to put it somewhere. Not the cleanest ride down, but that 3 is pretty substantial. Yeah, it's just not pretty, no matter how you slice that. Well, you're looking for a 5, so the only way you can do this is as a diag to get it done. Shit, I don't think you can get away with that. So let's go to a 4, see if it cleans up at all. So for a Y, I'm looking for an ABC. I got a nice B. Boy, that A is going to be suspect here. So this is here. Sometimes, right, this can help it. No better. What I'm looking at is this is all wick here, right? This is all wick, right? So do I have a possible, am I finishing here? Oh, I don't think I can do this, right? I kind of want to do this, but I don't think I can. Let's put that in green. I don't think I can finish. I might be able to. That's why I'd have to check with one of my wizards. For some reason, I'm thinking I can't do that. But right, if the Elliott's elusive, what do we have? We have channeling. I'm out of log scale, so I like to use a regression channel. Right, so WX. Just I don't see how another way to solve it. ABC, ABC, AB. Looks like it needs one more down. But I think purists are going to smack me for that. Get that right on there. I don't think I can finish that way, but I'm not positive. Here's what I would do and what I would suggest you do. Hey, can I finish that Y wave with a WXY? I can't remember. Right? I would have an answer within 15 seconds. One of my guys. Would you ever check out Freddie Mac? Oh, shit. Stephen Wood. All right, last one, because this one, I seriously can't remember. Well, you know what else I can do? That would be a sharp double. Yeah, I can't remember if I could have a WXY within a WXY. I'm not positive. Can't remember. That's why I hired 4 of the best Elliottians that all came to me, right? They all were members. I can't remember if I can do that. Right. So would it matter, right? What would you be looking for down here, right? One more swing, and then we need to break a pivot high, right? And then I'll take this, right? That's what I'd be looking at on fetch. All right, last one, Stephen Wood. Why? I know Stephen Wood. Let's see. FMCC. Let's see what we get there. Oh, I don't want OTC. Do I? I don't want that, do I? Do I? Maybe I do. Okay, do I need to be in log scale? Yeah, I need to be in log scale. Okay, let's back up. Okay, we got to go further back. Whew. Well, what a shit show that is. Okay, well, it's kind of the same idea, right? So there's a 5, there's a 3, there's a 5, there's a 3. Can we get that right? So you got a 5 here, so I might be looking. Jesus, that is so fucking ugly. I really don't want to do that. No, you do it here. See, out of log scale, you wouldn't be able to see it. That's fuck. Well, let's just keep it simple here, because I'll get stuck here if I don't. Right? Maybe you can dig something out of there. It's gonna be, you're gonna squish it. You're stuck with 1, 2 there. You get a 3, 3. You might have to work that as some sort of a 3 to get a diag into that. That's some sloppy Elliott. Where did we ping there? Looks like you get a good 1 there. Now, what just happened here? Right. So just, if the Elliott's not clean, right? It's not like well shit, we can't trade it. All right. No, pardon me. That's a change of character, because it didn't. This pivot did not do anything. So that's a chalk. All right, so we got to start. We got to start on it. But chalk is a break, right? So it's a break. So what are you anticipating now? Could be more legs there. You don't know, but it looks more bullish. Do you see why this is not a break of structure? Because this pivot didn't create a break, right? It's the highest high of this correction, but essentially what you have here is this. Now again, that's all the market can ever do. That's it. We're two-dimensional, right? So can we do this? Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Skinny on the 2. Now come out of log. That's probably going to look a little bit better. Oh, geez, you may not be able to get to it. It's just too much, right? So you'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jesus. You probably better stay out here. Well, even in log or out of log, it looks like you got another leg there. Working on the 3, this could be triangle, right? It's always hard to call a triangle when it's shaping, because all it takes is one sell-off and out goes the window, goes the triangle. A, B, C, D, E, maybe. Are they 3s? Yeah. I'd probably be eyeballing that for that 4 to get done there. Oops. All right, I got to get out of here. Let's get to an 8-hour. So this would be the internal 4. 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, going up for the 5 of the 3 of the 3, not the whole thing. So it looks like you got more room to go there, assuming the 4 isn't right here. So I'd get some channeling on that. This is a little short, right? There could be more to that, because if this is 1, 2, this could be 1 of 3. It's a little skinny, right? Because you're doing this. But you're kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. You're kind of stuck with that 1. Ugh, I hate when they do that. I don't want to go 1, 2, right? So somewhere in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3 looks like triangle 4. Obvious, you'd have a demand zone down here, right? Just down before we go up. Could come lower. It would make sense, right? Oh fuck, yeah, let's just pull the lowest low into the 4. Somewhere in here, right? Would make sense. Going for that 5 up here. Right, 3, 4. I'd look for that 5, right? Then you'd have a nice, you don't want this over here, right? If it holds here, you'd be good. Trying to play for that last push up there. Okay, I got to get out of here. Thanks to all, right? I went long there. Thanks to you. I see some old familiar names, some friends, right? Modern Picasso, Stephen Wood, Satoshi, Mofos. Appreciate you guys. Okay, hope you get a little something out of it, right? Maybe get a few things on your watch list. Maybe, DQ a few things. Again, message always, be fucking picky. Do not just take something just for the dopamine hit. Take it because you put all the work into it, right? So you've got conviction in what you're doing, right? Don't risk money just because for the fun of it, right? That's not what it's about. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks to all. We'll catch you on the next one. Oh, I'm out of